Welcome back, all you Fabricans and Fleshbags, to the super, not funny show reviews. And today I'm reviewing The Equalizer, Season 3, Episode 10. It's entitled Do No Harm, coming to you from CBS, streaming on Paramount+. So, what did I think about it, and should you be watching? Before we get into the review, get down there, hit like on this video. Well, the last episode had Robyn and Dante sort of having let's not say a falling out, but definitely a loss of trust. But that doesn't stop Dante from calling in his friendly neighborhood Equalizer to help out on a very thorny case. Call it Jane Q after the Denzel Washington movie. But a woman who's at the end of her rope, exhausted all her possibilities, gets rejected by the hospital administration, by her insurance, to do I don't even want to call it a radical surgery, but a life-saving surgery on her very sick daughter, which leads her to take hostage the emergency room, or I don't even think it's emergency room, just like the hospital area, and hold everyone hostage until they can get someone in there to do the surgery. Definitely a mom in desperation, willing to throw her freedom and her life away to make sure to save her own mom. And of course, this is perfect for Robyn, who she calls in personally to help her, deal with this situation. And Robyn, of course, can't say no to such things. So that's the A plot. Most of the A plot is dealing with that woman and her situation, and also why someone is so gung-ho to basically forget about negotiating and instead go in shooting. And so the B plot's very much more minor, but it's still actually very interesting, and that is that Delilah, she's got a school project and it's about, I guess, a cultural thing, and she decides that to cook gumbo for the class project, and that girl has the nerve to tell Aunt Vi that she's going to use a recipe for it from Bon Appetit, which is 10 sorts of wrong. Like 10 sorts of wrong to say that that's where you're going. It's I'm sure the people at Bon Appetit think that they got it, they got it going on or whatever. I'm sure they're great chefs or whatever, but no, absolutely not. And you could feel the spirits of the ancestors gathering behind Aunt Vi. She basically almost slapped the knife out of Dee's hand and was like, "We're going to get some real gumbo." And that turns into them basically going to a restaurant where she's been eating gumbo for who knows how long, and finding out that this restaurant's been gentrified. It's catering to vegans and everything like that. And when I first got to that part, I was like, man, I can't believe this restaurant's been gentrified, and the son of the previous owner is letting it happen, is leading the charge. And then but it turns out that he's just doesn't know the recipes because his mom never wrote anything down. And that turned into a great opportunity. As usual, Aunt Vi gets to teach. She gets to educate, and she gets to also teach. And she recreates the gumbo and kind of puts that whole thing back on track. I love those parts of these shows because it can't always just be about shooting and beating up bad guys or whatever. Sometimes, to me, the best things about these shows, these episodes of Equalizer, is the grounding of the show and the cultural heritage of the characters. And Aunt Vi is she is the poster child for that. There's always I don't even want to call it just social justice, but just highlighting black culture, and she's really at the forefront of not just tradition, but also exposing Delilah and her niece Robyn to the various aspects of the culture that maybe they're not as aware of. And just seeing Aunt Vi kind of get in there and kind of recreate this gumbo and bring hope back to that young man who didn't just lose his mom, but maybe lost lost a part of her that he knew so well, her cooking. And I really enjoyed that aspect of it. But to get back to the main part, it's pretty much plays out like John Q, except Robyn trying to figure out how to keep this woman from getting killed by the SWAT team, and also you have Dante kind of running interference on the outside, as well as Harry and Mel. Mel, for a change, she's really just back at headquarters, just kind of backing up Harry, and it's strange to not see her out in the field. But the dynamic duo, of course, they do some of the kind of the legwork for Robyn, so to speak, digitally, trying to figure out why they want to go in with the SWAT team so quickly and go override protocol. The leader of the SWAT team, and what his angle is, and that there's a lot of red herrings in here. I thought like, oh well, maybe the doctor is maybe the doctor is shady, or maybe the hospital administrator was shady, or maybe the commander of the SWAT team was shady. But none of them were. Not one of them was shady. And it's good that it flipped my expectations on their head, because these can get kind of predictable. But all of them were just doing their job, and that pretty much sums up kind of the problem with the situation, that just doing their job was going to get a little girl killed when there was, clearly someone who could actually save her life, and putting like the profits over the patients, and putting protocol over the lives of the hostages was very telling. And that all leads up to, Harry, a woman, and also I can't believe they put a little, gun safety, talk in there too about they always say a good guy with a gun can save, and the so-called good guy with the gun actually made things worse by hurting the doctor, and that leads them to sort of having to find someone else who can do it, which coincidentally the doctor that pioneered the technique to save the little girl's life was actually in New York City working as a cab driver, because he was an Iraqi refugee, which was kind of messed up, because he dude's the doctor. But they managed to get, they saved the day, of course. And it's smiles all around. Of course, the woman's going to go to jail because she did hold people hostage. But Robyn was able to call in, the DA and everything to get her some kind of consideration. All very nice. Most importantly, this gave Dante and Robyn an opportunity to sort of mend fences from the previous episode, where they both made it clear about their equals in their relationship and their partnership, that that they're going to make decisions together going forward, that it won't just be the Robyn show. I like that a lot. This is a growth of this relationship. Now, obviously, they're going to dangle whether or not they're going to actually be romantically involved. I get that. But to actually see their working relationship grow and become stronger, and also set some boundaries and everything, that's good stuff. I think that wanting to see them romantically involved kind of maybe blinds us to the fact that what they're doing as a unit is maybe not as cohesive as we want. So I really like that. Overall, really like this episode. I thought they did a great job balancing the action and the suspense, and also some of the family stuff. So another really good one, and I can't wait for the next. So what did you guys think about this episode? What did you think about what I had to say? Get down to the comment section, leave your thoughts, and of course you can always hit me up, supernotfunnyshow@gmail.com, or at supernotfunnys1 on Twitter. And do me a favor, get down there, hit the like button on this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. All that good stuff helps to grow this channel and helps more people to see these videos. All right, all you Fabricans and Fleshbags, thanks for joining me. Come back next week. We're going to be reviewing episode 11 of The Equalizer. Until then, I've been Mode Poupée, resident fabricator and commenter extraordinaire on all things pop culture. And I'll see you guys on the other side of the thread. Peace.